Good morning and welcome to PMB Morning Show, where politics meets business and the real issue takes center stage. Today we are looking at two stories that define the state of the nation: reintegration of bandits / insurgents into the society, and the looting of our national treasury through the pre-distribution deductions. The fight against insurgency has been one that has generated so much concerns both nationally and internationally. Just recently, hundreds of terrorists were taken to court for trials, and different judgments were meted to them based on their degree of involvement. Now, we are seeing so many insurgents have been integrated back into the society as a program designed by government to address the issue of terrorism in Nigeria. The question is it really yielding the desired results? What is the risk of reintegrating terrorists into the society? Could it be what is affecting the intelligence gathering of the armed forces? At the same time, away from the reintegration of terrorists into our society, let's look at the issue that borders on looting. This time around, we are beaming our satellite to a very disturbing issue. Over the years, corruption has been a monster that has destroyed the growth and economy of our nation. Although efforts have been made to repatriate huge funds stolen by government officials, but it appears it is still resurfacing. The recent pronouncement by World Bank on the looting of Nigeria's treasury in trillions through pre-distribution deduction in the past 3 years has raised serious concerns about the genuinity of government's resolve to fight against corruption. This brings us to the question: are we truly fighting corruption? What are the likely moves expected from the anti-graft agencies? These are many more questions begging for answer. This morning, we connect the dots between leadership, accountability, and delivery, because in the end, governance is not about winning elections, but it's about making life better. Stay with us. We shall be back to look at the newspapers we have right here in front of you. I am Chidi Kenneth, and as usual, I have with me my colleague and friend and uncle, Mr. Ibrahim Shaibu. Good morning, sir.
Morning, Mr. CK. How are you doing?
Well, the weekend is over. I'm looking so good. Thank God for a very wonderful weekend. I rested
I
very
can
well.
see that. It's written all over your face.
I slept very well.
I can see that. I can see that.
And it was not empty. We had a very serious match yesterday. Arsenal versus
I'm being
Man
crazy
City.
football fan that you are.
Well, I am not, but there's this. The match yesterday was a decider whether Man City is going to overtake Arsenal.
Okay.
Arsenal has been leading the Premiership table for God knows when, and just at the brink of the end of I think barely 5 matches to the end of the Premiership.
Yeah.
Man City seems to be
All right.
giving them serious run for their money.
That's great.
And the Arsenal fans, the whole Arsenal fans yesterday was so moody. Everywhere was sad.
Yeah.
I saw an Arsenal fan turning his jersey upside down.
Wow. What a disappointment.
Well, it's when you have been on top of the table since last year.
That's great. That's
just
a great team. Yeah, Arsenal is such a very great team, but Man U also is
I know you're a Man U fan.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, we'll be going on a short break, and when we return, we'll dive straight into the newspaper review. This is PMB Morning Show here in the city of Abuja. Stay tuned. Welcome back. To this PMB Morning Show here in the city of Abuja. My name is Chidi Kenneth, and as usual, I have my colleague again and co-host, Mr. Ibrahim Shaibu. Mr. Ibrahim, today is Monday.
Yeah, thank God it's Monday.
Yes, thank God it's Monday. Not only on Friday we thank God.
Exactly.
We thank God for
Monday too. It is every day.
Every
you have to give thanks
Monday
to God.
Monday is a starter for every every human being here in Nigeria. You know, some people don't want to see Monday.
Exactly.
They don't want to see Monday.
Yeah,
you know why? It reminds you of the hustling
it's
and
a very
bustling
busy
of life.
day. It's going to be.
You know, sometimes I just wish I just stay at home, and then why am I even working? Why am I even going out? Let me just enjoy this, you know. But it's okay. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Mr. Ibrahim, the newspaper now.
Yeah.
Let's see what's going on in our country. The Vanguard.
Recapitalization crunch. 12 insurers at risk. Wow. Recapitalization crunch. 12 insurers at risk. Regulator insists on deadline. Some insurers consider scaling down. Wow.
Wow. Recapitalization crunch. 12 insurers at risk.
I wonder who those 12 insurers are.
What?
So if you are interested in finding out that,
you approach the vendors. But you see, it's good for the economy too.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you cannot be an insurance company. Just as I think we have the one of the banks too. The recapitalization for the banks. The first time it happened was the time during the regime of Olusegun Obasanjo, when the Soludo was the governor of CBN.
CBN, yeah.
A lot of banks lost their business, was out of business, and a lot of banks merged with other banks, and that was how we, that was how it happened then,
It's like we are.
It's good to form, just to make these institutions need to be very strong, strong enough to handle a business in Nigeria. Let's see. Can you just zoom? Let's see the rider up. Let's go up. Okay, go take it up a bit. Okay. What do we have there? State
of the nation. Nigeria trapped in flawed security architecture. Yeah. Nigeria trapped in flawed security architecture. This is one of the topics that borders Nigeria right now.
Yes.
Some people are calling for general overhaul of the security architecture as a whole, seeing what is going on across states, particularly the northern region, banditry, insurgency, and all manner of killings.
And there seems there's no solution on site for now.
There seems to be no solution in sight in the nearest future, at least because in the past, we don't used to see rampant killing of army generals, but these days you can always see
theater commanders,
brigadier generals losing their life,
being killed like that. So finest officers that we have.
Exactly. So truly, there's need for that.
Okay. Any other rider there?
Yes. Farmers, food entrepreneurs brainstorm for sector growth.
Okay.
Farmers and food entrepreneurs brainstorm for sector growth.
That was very important. The food is very important.
Very.
You need to look into it. Farmers and the entrepreneurs and food investors need to go into serious brainstorming. They should go back to the drawing board. Whatever board they want to use, they should go back to it and ensure that we have food security in this country.
Naturally,
because yes, it's very important. I think I align myself with that. Yes. Any other caption there?
There's a caption. There's a heading right down the recapitalization crunch. I think that has to do with ADC. Down. Yes, ADC leadership crisis. Why 3 rebel blocs are locked in do-or-die battle. Many Nigerians have seen that coming because there is the Atiku group, I think, and then there is the obedient side to it. But I wonder which one is the 3rd rebel bloc. Could it be the Konkoso?
It should be. It should be Konkoso, of course. Knowing that he pulled almost 32 million votes the last election,
yeah,
8 million, Obi 6 million.
But Konkoso has made public statement to the effect that he is ready to join the ADC party, especially if he can be considered for a running mate. Yes, he made that clear. But we know that Peter Obi has always insisted on the presidential ticket, and just like Atiku also. So I'm wondering.
But let's see how it goes. I will say that I overheard that next month. That is when the 22nd of this month, there's a ruling from Supreme Court, and then May 6th or thereabout, they should be gunning for their primaries to know who becomes a flag bearer.
Could it be former River State Governor Rotimi Amechi? Because particularly if the ticket is definitely going to be zoned to the south, if the party agrees to zone the ticket to the south,
yes,
I think the 2 contending forces will be Obi and Rotimi Amechi.
Yes,
now,
yes.
These are evidently the clear potential ticket runners.
Well, let's see how it goes. The social media is already making so much noise about it.
Exactly.
I saw one, social media post where they wrote "OK." OK means Obi Konkoso.
Okay. Oh, it's really okay.
Yes, okay.
Exactly.
Nigerians can be very creative.
Very, very.
Nigerians can be very funny. I saw it and I was laughing. I said, the young ones are there at it again.
We used to have the articulated.
Yeah, we have articulated the obedient. Now it's
exactly,
okay.
Obedience.
Now I see it's okay. Okay.
That's good.
And I was, well,
yeah, so many people are willing to
ensure that
sacrifice their last dime on this okay ticket actually.
Yes. A lot of people are ready for it because you know, I overheard a statement. Some people were making some funny statement which I have not verified because this statement making the rounds where the president said allegedly, let me use the word allegedly because I didn't listen to it, you know, that he got into power, you know, without any interference. Now, is it now that he's in power that you want to take the power from him? You know, I had a friend who was saying something like that, and I was like, well, let's see how it goes. 2027 is going to be very interesting.
Very, very interesting. Very, very exciting.
Very interesting. Very exciting.
And very, very dramatic as well.
Full of political drama.
Because we are already living the drama as we are seeing.
Full of political drama.
For the first time, an incumbent, a sitting president is saying that he is not intimidated by any opposition.
Well, a lot of experts have come. A lot of people have come to argue that statement. Some say he's actually intimidated. Exactly. Some say he's not. But let's see how it goes. It's political season.
It's political season, so there are so many things will come up.
Yes, so it's our job to bring it up to the, you know, bring it.
So another idea down there to the left, attempt to gag broadcasters. Atiku, Sarah, Amnesty International, Slam NBC. Attempt to gag broadcasters. Atiku, Sarah, Amnesty International, Slam NBC. Yeah, because the Nigeria Broadcasting Corporation seems to be putting a lot of restrictions to some broadcasters recently. They too are seen to be like, their body language suggesting that they may be, maybe, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Trying to take side or try to control what broadcasters say, particularly with regard to the political travail that we are witnessing currently in Nigeria. And this
but we have the Freedom of Information Bill.
Exactly, there is, of course.
Information Bill, we are okay about the Freedom of Information Bill, and we are not doing anything outside, you know, the ambit of the law. You know, we are only trying to bring Nigerians up to speed. What is going on in the country, and which is just the fundamental function of journalists. You know, but however, it's also the duty of the NBC to also regulate so that we don't go overboard. But let's see how it goes.
Exactly.
It's a give and take thing. Let's also
that is see why it's fair up Amnesty International. Actually, if Atiku speaks about something, they will say it's political stunt. But as far as Amnesty International also talking about it, and then Sarah too, I think it means something.
Okay, any other rider there? Let's just take it quickly.
Routine raid turns fatal. Did policeman kill fleeing youth or he drowned? Where is that? Routine raid turns fatal. Did policemen kill fleeing youth or he drowned? I think that has to do with maybe some mistakes or accident that happened.
Yes, we saw something about that has to do with Shekarau dumps PDP and joins APC. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yes.
As Governor Yusuf welcomes move. Yeah.
Governor Yusuf. So
Ibrahim Shekarau was former governor of Kano State. He was one time. He has always been a very strong member of the APC, right from his time as ANPP up to the time, from ANP to ANPP to CPC, and even to the APC. But I remember he was at one time also in the PDP. I think one very dramatic situation about Shekarau and Konkoso is that they will never agree to be in the same political party. Wherever you find Konkoso, then this Shekarau.
Aside that, Mr. Ibrahim, well, I think last week or so, the APC chairman went to visit him.
Yeah, that was when he was showing body language that he wanted. Initially, he wanted to join the ADC even before Konkoso. You understand? But when Konkoso now moved into the ADC before him, that's what decided to change his mind.
And then we saw the visit of the APC chairman.
Exactly. Then seeing that ADC quickly capitulated on that and then visited him.
That's APC.
Exactly. You know, the aim here, the incumbent, the ruling party is trying to do here is that to split the Kano vote, because Kano has a very huge vote, over more than 1 million.
I will say it without authoritatively.
Yes.
Nigerians are nobody's going to split anybody's vote this time.
Exactly.
Nigerians are voting across party lines. Nigerians are voting individuals now. Nigerians are going to vote. In fact, 2027, you know, I was telling somebody that some governors, like the state where I come from, the governors does not decide the votes of the people.
Honestly, this has been happening in the north too for a long time now. Governors,
I don't know about some part of the north, yes, but from where I come from, governors cannot decide. I'm from the southeast. Governors cannot decide cannot decide where the vote will go to when it comes to presidential election.
This has been the
and
case
some other states
time.
like that. So, because you see, people should understand, our political leaders should understand that
there is great political
it is not the people that will decide the election, like you said last week. It is the hunger
that will decide it. Exactly.
It is the bad road.
It is the policies. It is the bad policies.
It is the lack of light.
The direction. Exactly.
It is. These are the factors that will determine the election
direction of vote flow.
Vote flow next year. It's not governors. It's not
incumbency.
It's not incumbency.
It's not even INEC.
It's not even INEC.
It's not even INEC. It's the hunger.
It is the hunger. There's a saying that
the insecurity.
The stomach is where tells it's the stomach directs the leg.
Exactly.
Is it not so?
Exactly. The devalued naira, the high price of petroleum product,
the looting,
the corruption, all these things
everything
are the determinants.
Nigerians are watching, Nigerians are reading, Nigerians are abreast with what is going on. Nigerians, they are well informed, very intelligent people. Nigerians are very intelligent. Am I correct, sir?
Of course.
So these are the factors, these are the indices that people will put on the table, analyze them before deciding who to vote for.
Exactly.
So I want to make that clear, because this issue of this individual, moving to this party, it's I want to believe it's old. It's outdated.
CK, like we always say, it is about time our politicians understand the fact that Nigerians have reached a very high level of political awareness, unlike before now. Even the people living in the villages now know what politics is all about and what policies are all about. Before now, the ordinary Nigerian voter,
to those who went to school.
Exactly. Ordinary Nigerian voter does not know the difference between politics and policies. But now they see it happening affecting their life directly. So whatever policy that
when somebody came to we had things like subsidies gone.
Exactly.
That's a policy statement.
Exactly. So they became more and more enlightened, more and more aware of what is happening to their life, has relevance to who they voted into power. So I think it's about time politicians start deceiving themselves.
Let me recount a very recent experience. Mr. Ibrahim, this Saturday I went to the market to buy foodstuff. Mr. Ibrahim, I went to the market, just few kilometers from my house, and I spent fuel of 14,000 naira. 14,000 and my tank before I finished. Not a V6 vehicle, normal 4-cylinder Toyota. 14,000 naira. And I looked at myself, this is the same car that 14,000 will fill up the tank.
Exactly.
Now, this same 14,000 naira, as at few months down the line, just January here, I could travel from here down inside Suleja, Diko, and come back. This same year, the same 14,000 naira.
That's very sad. And let me tell you another.
And now the same 14,000 naira cannot take me to just Maraba here and bring me back to Apo.
See. So if a Nigerian can,
what did I buy in the market? If you try to inject the cost of fuel into what I bought, I just wasted my money. I almost cried when I came back home. I said, what is all this? I have to buy another fuel to go to church the next morning.
Very unfortunately. So
you can see the life, only what fuel is doing to Nigerians.
So let's move on.
Let's move on. Next newspaper, please. Next newspaper, please. The Nation.
Government explains FAAC deduction. Government explains FAAC deduction.
Government explains FAAC. That's FAC deductions.
The federal allocation.
You know, from the basis of our second discussion. Government, where the World Bank has come out to say,
with a report.
That in 3 years, pre-distribution deductions
have reached about 41%, something like that.
30-something trillion naira.
Exactly. And that does not translate to execution of capital projects. It has affected even federal allocation to ministries and state government and local government as well.
Well, when we get to that, I'm going to read out some very, very, I'm going to read out
disturbing statements.
Very, very
I guess part of the report, right?
Yes. From the World Bank, so that Nigerians can see what is actually going on.
Bauchi 2027. Senator Shehu Buba Umar declares governorship bid. Bauchi 2027. Senator Shehu Buba Umar declares governorship bid. Cites contribution to people's welfare and party strength as riders. So I think this has to do with the gubernatorial election in Bauchi State.
Yes.
Yeah. It's going to be another interesting. It's going to be another interesting run because I think incumbent had its own favorite candidate too.
Yes.
And I think the party itself has another, and then this I think is an individual, private individual coming to declare. Again.
Well, it's like I said,
the more the merry.
The more the merrier.
Exactly.
So election.
Yes.
Let's see how it goes.
This journey is about delivering adequate development and ensuring the welfare of the citizens.
Well, politicians are known for good speeches.
You call it speech. I call it hypocrisy and deception. I always say I never hide my stand regarding Nigerian politicians. Honestly, a great majority of them, so many of them, will speak with their tongue upside down. Normally, what they tell you is not where you are going to see by the time they happen to be on power. I always tell you that they have very exciting, captivating languages and statements they make to lure you into voting them. And by the time they are there, they even forget who you are.
And some cases they forget what they say.
Exactly.
But the problem is that the internet does not forget.
The internet does not forget.
We've seen a situation where
even the newspapers do not forget. Like now, this statement that he made now, by the time he happens to be the governor, I can easily come and just dump this paper in front of him because definitely you.
Politicians should also be aware that there's a lot of technology out there.
Yes,
you can go and access any statement from any politician.
Business is no longer.
The current president made a statement, and I was watching a video online where one of the interviewers of one of our sisters organization was interviewing Bwala. Yes,
the presidential advisor information.
Yes, and they asked him
social media
that the president said in clear terms that if I don't provide you light in any way necessary, don't vote for me.
Exactly.
And they asked him. He said he has not come for second term yet.
But that was the response to stop Nigerians from stopping him and realizing that dream, and that is exactly what you're going to do.
Why am I trying to say this? Politicians should understand that the internet does not forget. Records are there. When you make speeches, promises, just know that Nigerians will not forget.
Exactly.
They will always, throw it back.
They will always come back.
Yes, even Peter Obi. Even Peter Obi. If whatever statement you are making, His Excellency Peter Obi, you should also know that the records are there.
Exactly.
If God eventually decide to put you there tomorrow, or put a Kwankwas or anybody, or if you return President Bola Ahmed Tinubu,
they should be held responsible.
They should know that Nigerians are watching. All of them, regardless of your political divide, whether you are in PDP, APC, or ADC. What I want to tell you is that Nigerians are watching. Nigerians are taking notes. Am I correct, Mr. Brian?
Of course we are.
And we don't forget. We don't forget. The internet does not forget.
Yes.
All right, let's go back to The Nation.
The Guardian.
Okay, The Guardian.
Election data at risk as hackers hold government agencies and banks to ransom. You see, this is one thing with us.
Election data at risk
as hackers hold government agencies and banks to ransom. So you see, this is one disadvantage of all these electronic gadgets now, because they are susceptible.
I call them the whiz kids.
The whiz kids.
They are at work. They are a lot.
Exactly, they are wizards. So they are exactly. So
these are guys that are masters of codings. Trying to uncode, trying to dismantle, trying to hack data.
But the sad thing about this is that even in the US, hackers hack election results. Even in the
of course, we've seen instances of that happening.
Yes, because
it's not peculiar to Nigeria.
Sometimes they hamper with the memory card, the electronic device hack memory card. There are a lot of things these hackers do. Sometimes they intercept results.
Let me tell you something.
When it is traveling, they intercept it and then decode it.
Anything man made. It's also destroyed by man.
Exactly.
Do you understand? It's only God that has the power to do anything, and nobody can. Till today, we have not even found the formula of how to make human blood.
This is why I supported the second idea brought by brought by senators when people are agitating about going back to normal arrangement. I said, now, since this thing is susceptible to hacking, I think it is a very good idea that we should now resort back to the former manual sort of recording, just as suggested by the Senate.
No. Either way you want to see it, electronics is still better. Electronics.
But there will be situation whereby the system will refuse to work at the polling booth, at the point of.
No, sir, I will differ with you 100%.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not. No, it's
electronics is better.
I'm not saying it's better. I'm just saying the possibility.
The kind of let me use a local palace mago that happens with manual collation. It's not something we want. It's laughable.
Nigeria,
it is better. It is better for us to go digital. Somebody goes there to probably attempt, because looking at hacking, it can be countered.
Sometimes you see people, it can be a lot of damage might have been done.
Okay, fine.
Because the situation that happened in the US now, before they were able to now counter the problem. At least some damages have already been done, and those votes that have been casted and have been tampered with have already moved on. So you understand what I'm saying? So that is why I'm merely saying that the second suggestion, that where the devices fail, we should resort back to the manual.
But you should know that politicians will take advantage of that. We saw mutilations and cancellations.
They might as well take the advantage of the ones.
When you weigh, what I'm trying to say is that when you weigh,
after all, some politicians were known to have been having one of the best hackers around them in the other.
No, Mr. Ibrahim. If you weigh the chances and advantages and disadvantages,
the electronic is by far better.
Far better.
I agree.
Because it's very insulting to see somebody looking at cancellation and you still honor it.
Exactly.
We saw it happen. We've seen it happen.
Yeah, several times.
And the PO or the PU, whatever, will honor it.
At least once or twice I witnessed such incidents. Honestly.
So I don't,
because there are words that should ordinarily have been disqualified.
We're not going back to Egypt. We're not going back to Egypt. Bye to Jati.
Okay.
Bye to Jati. We're not going back, please.
So Serap condemns censorship of broadcast station by NBC. Serap condemns censorship of broadcast.
Is that an attempt to gag information?
That is it. Just as carried out by the other paper initially.
This is democracy. I thought democracy is the government of the people, by the people, for the people. In democracy, in developed societies like the United States,
yes,
people speak to the president.
Exactly.
People make statements straight to the president, and nobody's harassed.
Not in Nigeria.
But I hope we have the FIB, the Freedom of Information Bill.
Exactly, there is. Unfortunately, in Nigeria, whoever happens to be, you see, the constitution allows the Nigerian president an absolute power over a lot of things. That's why the presidential power is too much in Nigeria. It needs to be controlled. I think the Nigerian president is the only super executive president in this world.
With so much power.
With so much power. Honestly, it's the constitution that allowed the Nigerian president. So that is why you see them trying to take advantage of even government agencies in order to promote their political interest. Do you understand? Where the president does not have executive superpower like that, they are usually unable to control institutions like the election body, the judiciary. Do you understand? Even in NBC, because if the president controls the NBC, he can direct the flow of information and what goes out to the public. So you understand? And the president with such an executive power can be able to do that. There are some people that can read the executive hands as controlling this decision.
The unseen hand.
The unseen hand that I always make reference to. Of course.
Excuse me. All right, let's go back to that same newspaper. Go up a bit. Let's see
they are denying it here. Federal government denies revenue mismanagement tax regional commission. I think this is a response to the World Bank report recently.
Federal government it's expected that some people will deny it, but you see, this is not a statement from an organization in Nigeria. This is World Bank.
Exactly, this is World Bank, the one you have so much respect for.
Yes,
exactly.
You know, you at some point you were not comfortable with statements made from IMF and World Banks, and that they are
exactly
Bradford institutions,
Bretton Woods institutions,
yes, that are
the World Bank,
responsible
the IMF,
for the economic woes of Nigeria.
World Trade Center is also part of it. All these institutions, honestly speaking, you see, sometimes.
But now, what do you have to say now?
That is what Bank is coming to say. I know you are expecting me to make a statement.
Yes.
The way you even balance and teeter and start looking at it, I know you are expecting something from me, because you know that I don't normally blow the trumpet for the Bretton Woods institution. You see, what these institutions sometimes do is that when they put you into those situations, in order for them to make fares among the populace, they will always come out with a certain level of criticism for the government, so that you as a citizen will say, okay, I understand, these people they are now telling the truth. That's what they do. It's common. Even during the SAP, during IBB, Babangida administration, after they gave all these heinous, disturbing conditionalities of the IMF law that we took in those days, the conditionalities were, I think, 11 very, 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 very pressing conditionalities. Afterward, after a year or two, they came out again and criticized the structural adjustment policy of the president. So they do this all the time. Yes, they do this all the time. They will give, this will not stop them from now going behind the door and even advising the government to take more loans with newer conditionalities again. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's just like I'm beating you and then I will come out and say, okay, don't cry, this kind of a thing.
Okay, I would have loved to read something, but I will wait when we now go.
No, reserve it till we come to the
yes, well, I will reserve it so that I have it here on my phone.
So the federal government is now denying this.
Yeah, well,
it is the people that advance the loan for them that have that have released the report.
Well, when we read the statement from
is it the father that is right or the son who took the loan that is right here? We don't even know.
Let's go to the newspaper, please. The Guardian is business minded this morning. Daily Trust. Let's see.
2025. Army gets 7% disbursement for security equipment. We keep seeing this. Army gets 7% disbursement for security equipment.
Now you see, you can now see. Does this really show? You can see why we are losing officers now.
Yes. Yes, it is now that they are even disbursing after allocation. You know, allocation is one thing, disbursement is another. Do you understand? It has been approved.
Disbursing what? We're talking of 7% here.
Exactly, a mere 7%. How much can, and see the second rider, their presidential fleet takes priority over NAF's aircraft maintenance. Could it have been the
presidential fleet takes priority over NAF? So now the presidential fleet
is more important than Nigerian Air Force jet.
So could it be, will I be correct to say we are not, there's no commitment in fighting
this? There is none.
With this,
particularly, we keep mentioning this here. Our priority is no longer the lives of the citizenry.
So some may argue now that this is one of perhaps allegedly one of the reasons why the general could the tank of the car the general tried to start.
It was deliberate because look at the rider there. Nigerian Air Force aircraft maintenance. Nigeria's presidential fleet takes priority over Nigerian Air Force aircraft maintenance. So the maintenance issue is not just restricted to the NAF aircraft. Even other machineries in the battle area. In my lovely state, Borno, a tanker refused to start, and that has led to the loss of the life of a general. And you are only allocating, even after that fatality has occurred, you are only allocating 7% disbursement as to maintain facilities.
This is embarrassing.
It's very, very embarrassing.
And we get 7% disbursement.
Look at the pictures there. Look at the Nigerian Air Force.
And we have post-election budget,
which is 35 billion naira put aside to take care of post-election legal tussles.
Can you imagine that? For the election
that has not taken place. What kind of country are we living in? What kind of leaders do we have in place? If you go out and tell somebody that this is what happening to in Nigeria, he will just look at you as a fool. How can you say a country as great as Nigeria is behaving this way? And our country
could it be said is an act of misplaced priorities?
This is worse than misplaced priority. This is sheer carelessness and abuse of power. Honestly speaking.
7%.
Your number one priority constitutionally is the protection of life and property of the citizens. The citizens are dying in thousands.
And the citizens, they are reading this.
Exactly. It is a national daily now. It's not us that are saying. We thank God we mentioned this thing a few days ago, and now they are coming to prove us right. Near 7%.
There's no commitment.
Exactly. How much is allocated for military spending? And how much are you now disbursing after how many months? Even those had to be considered separately too. How much is general allocation? I think in one of the bills, I think it's about 87 billion or what. We scrutinized that the last time in our discussion. And now of that amount, I even complained that the amount was not even enough.
And the World Bank is coming to tell us that
exactly
in 3 years, 34-something trillion naira has been looted.
Has been lost. Yes.
National Treasury.
Despite
pre-distribution.
See, this morning I stumbled across a video. A young Nigerian, maybe between 30 to 35 years old, he parked at an airport in Lagos. Before he came out, they placed a tag for him. Do you understand? That he should pay parking lot of 3,500 naira because he parked for 1 hour. The guy was shouting. He said before now he doesn't care about what happens politically in Nigeria. But this time around, they have to make sure that their vote counts. 3,500 naira parking lot ticket in an international airport, Lagos. You keep taxing, revenue keep increasing. Local revenue, locally generated IGR has increasing by 41%.
I still don't understand why that video making the round about Dangote is not. I don't know. I don't know if have you verified it or something?
No, I haven't yet, honestly. I haven't yet.
You know,
I haven't yet. That is why I don't talk about it often. Do you understand? But as soon as I verified the source of the video, we may be able to talk about it, because if that is true, we know that they are deliberately exposing us to hunger, deprivation, sickness, poverty, and wickedness. I will never refrain from saying these things.
Well, let's go back to the newspaper. Let's newspaper, please. Okay. The Tribune.
Okay.
ADC warns Tinubu's government. ADC warns Tinubu. Can you just zoom it a bit? Let's see.
Yes, there are reasons being terrorist over the terrorist reintegration plan.
Okay.
We can't see now.
Terrorist reintegration plan. ADC warns Tinubu's government. You know, that terrorist reintegration plan is also going to be a major topic of our discussion this morning.
Exactly.
Where we have over 700 terrorists being reintegrated back into the society. You know, before now, when we had that over 500 terrorists were arraigned in court to stand trial, we raised an alarm here.
Yeah.
You were of the opinion that they will be tried, judgment will be melted to them based on their level of involvement.
Exactly.
For those of them who were co-opted into it, who don't know what happened. But I was of the opinion that whether co-opted or not, everybody should face the law. Crime is crime. Everybody should face the law.
Exactly.
Now, this is coming out to one government, because, to be sincere, I don't understand the rationale behind reintegrating,
we'll
criminals.
discuss
I was looking at it from the psychological point of view, where anybody that have tasted blood, sir, you need to go and meet the experts. Thank God we're going to have an expert.
You are talking
somebody who has tasted blood.
That's why you say you're looking at this psychologically.
Yes.
When you look at some stuff like this, you have to consider it from the various angles, from various perspectives: social, legal, psychological. Do you understand? Even political. It has to consider.
Above all, psychological is the toughest.
You have to consider all
killer is
angles.
a killer.
Honestly speaking, but see, this particular approach they took, I'm also against it. You know that I'm a proponent. I'm an advocate of the integration. You know it. I like that.
I'm not.
You know that I am.
Yes, I know, but I am not.
But I said the way they did that one, I'm particularly repulsive to it. I'm not happy with the way they did it.
700. Do you know what 700 is this?
But do you know of the 700? What even worries me is the fact that of these 700, most of them are matured from their late 30s and early 40s. These are not the ones that we hope to see being reintegrated back to the society.
Not the teenagers.
Not the teenagers that
still have time.
Exactly.
For
like the ones that I always advocate for.
And with branding.
You will see an elderly man with white beard like
a man that has gone through what we call formed mentality.
So here I think a
man that has been baked mental wise.
Let's go back to the paper, please. You see? So they say ADC wants Tinubu government says reintegration without justice is not reconciliation. Then again, apart from that, commuter dies of gunshot wound, 2 injured in kidnap attempt in Ijebo, the Ibadan Road. And in Benue government was jammed to reschedule exam for 8 rescued UTME exam. So you see, the reintegration idea is wonderful, it's laudable. But the way and manner in which it was done is now the bone of contention here. For me, reintegration is good, but we have to categorize them depending on their involvement in the crime. Do you understand? And even depending on their ages. You know, some of them did not join the insurgency voluntarily. Do you understand? They were first adopted, forced, and then forcibly indoctrinated. These are the ones that you find between the ages of early teen and maybe early 20s or even late 20s. This one, you can reintegrate them, give them skills, necessary skills, and then make them be part of the society. Even when you do that, you have to also pacify the victims who have lost their people. So you understand?
Okay. Well, let's go and look at Makinde Olu Ibadan issue resolved. Makinde Olu Ibadan issue resolved. Okay.
CCII says.
CCII says. Okay. Take it up a bit. Take it up a bit. Let's see what's the right.
Atiku Serap oppose NBC advisory court. Atiku Serap appeal NBC advisory court. This is NBC's attempt to gag our mouths, isn't it? What we say and how we say it.
Well,
so if the fifth is anything to go by, if the freedom of information is anything true, then I don't think NBC should even thought about applying such a policy.
The previous government has also attempted it. You know, Buhari also attempted it.
But it wasn't successful.
Yes.
Government will always want to
do the reason why I had to refer back to previous government is that why is it that government, what is the problem with Nigerians speaking out? That
is to economize information. Do you understand? To control the level of information that can be advanced to the public, to the citizenry. Because by the time citizens become very, very aware of the activities of government, what government do against them, not for them, they will become more and more enlightened and aware. Do you understand? So that is why I said now it is no longer, because of the level of political awareness created by the media among Nigerians. That is why now it's no longer what we say or what the politicians say, or what party coloration, what party flag has what color. It's about the policy. It is the policy that is either going to make or mar.
It is the reality on ground. The hunger, the bad roads, and the no lights.
Exactly.
No standard educational system.
So even if you gag media, at least the hunger will always speak.
You can't gag the hunger now.
You can't gag the hunger.
Because hunger is for sound.
You can't gag
for sound. You are feeling it for sound.
Exactly. You can't gag insecurity. You can't gag outrageous tax policies that is biting into the lives of ordinary Nigerians.
Mr. Ibrahim, let's
gag high transportation.
I can see you are getting emotional about this now.
No, I always have to get emotional whenever I'm talking about the atrocities committed by administrations in this country. I'm not restricting this to this present administration. No, it has been like that.
You are a senior citizen, so you should.
Yes, I should know.
You are a senior citizen.
I should know.
We still have time. My generation, we still have time.
I've been running up and down since 1979. I'm telling you, since NPN and GNPP in my state, Borno, we have been doing election, we have been doing policy, we know what goes in, we know what goes out. So when the government is not doing well, we know government is not doing well. When politicians are deceptive, we know politicians are deceptive. When politicians are corrupt, we know they are corrupt. When they are stealing, we know they are stealing. And right now, that's exactly what they are doing.
All right, we'll see to that as we progress in the morning show this morning. Okay, let's go. Next newspaper, please. After the Daily Trust, let's see what we have. The Punch. APC may scrap consensus plan in flashpoint states.
2027 battle lines drawn.
2027 battle lines drawn.
Yes, because
when we're small, there's this sound we always make. Gang, gang.
Gang, gang. So, no, that is, I think this is a very wise decision for political parties. Yes, because you see, consensus may work in some states. Although at the national level, I think what the party did was to go on consensus, right? That is how Bola Tinubu happened to. The executive party members came into being.
But Mr. Ibrahim, sorry to cut you. This shows that there will be another internal wrangling in the APC.
No, this particular one is as regard.
No, listen, look at the caption very well. APC may scrap consensus. There's a reason why they want to scrap it. Maybe it's facing some issues.
Exactly.
And even though they scrap it, maybe the other party who also wants a consensus plan, the other also wants.
Places like Gombe, I don't think consensus will work. Yes.
Or scrapping it might not even for some place.
But in like in my state, in one of my states, in both of my states, because I belong to two states, you know that.
I call it quarter cast.
Exactly, my state A and state B. I think they will go for the consensus in APC because I think Borno, we have a very lovely governor. I don't think they will have to start doing primaries and all that because they still believe in the works of our amiable governor Zulum. Then in my other state, Kaduna State, and think also because of the connection between the president and the governor, I don't think there's going to be any visible primary election taking place. So I think they will do.
There's this caption up. Take it. Okay, let's go up. Zoom the one up. Zoom it a bit. Let's see. Okay. Petrol price drop in doubt. Hormuz disruption. There is no sight or possible hope. Fuel will still remain 1,400 naira, 1,350,
Exactly.
1,310, as the case may be.
More than a month ago, we make that prediction that it will rather continue skyrocketing than coming down, because there's no end in sight to this Middle East crisis going. Because
Petrol price drop.
Yes, because even if the war physically stopped, there may be what we call soft war between Israel, US, and Iran, and then both sides are now becoming having clear supporters. Like, it's no longer news that China and Russia are pro-Iran. Before, they used to be very careful in what they say and what they do, how they exhibit their body languages. But now it is very, very clear. Their body language, even their physical statement, is clear to the fact that they are with Iran. And even some of these Arab Gulf states are now diverting their allegiance from the US, Israel towards Iran. Do you understand? So with this, I don't think the war will come to an end. And as far as the war continues, then the price of fuel will keep skyrocketing. I don't.
No, the Strait of Hormuz is not looking like something that will be open in the
exactly. Even the other.
And so now they're telling us that petrol price drop is in doubt. So Nigerians take heart.
Exactly.
Brace up. Hard times ahead.
Because Hormuz is biting us. And also,
some might argue that
domestic administration is also biting us.
Some might argue that we have enough crude, we have refineries, we have enough crude to cushion the effect of Hormuz. Why should another country, thousands of miles away, have issues and we are suffering it?
Yes, because the tension on our crude is now becoming global, because so many countries have fallen back to Nigeria for their needs, particularly African countries. And then again, the crude that we even have now, I think, although the information reaching us is that Dangote is buying the crude, I think, in Nigerian naira, but then the quantity that is being given to him is not quite adequate for him to satisfy the Nigerian market and also to satisfy other African demands.
Now look at another radio that was going to stir up some controversy here. Federal government votes 1.4 billion naira for Boko Haram terrorist trial.
Why is the court taking all the monies in the world today in Nigeria? Why are the court? They are already allocated duplexes, very expensive duplexes, and then now they were given SUV cars, and then again
135.22 billion
also pushed aside
for post-election battles. And now we are saying
1.4 billion naira
for Boko Haram terrorist trial. Do we need that kind of money to try Boko Haram suspects?
I don't even know. 1.4 trillion. What is the money going to be used? Is it for documentation or what?
I don't know. Probably for paperwork, but you should know better, sir. I don't know.
Okay, I think what I would suspect is that to make the life of the judges more and more comfortable, 1.4 trillion in addition to 135 billion for the post-election legal tussles, and then now this. I want to know that 7% that has been
disbursed for Nami.
Disbursed for the
and even the 7%.
How much is it?
Wait, even the 7%.
I want to make a comparison.
Wait, excuse me, sir. Even the 7%, the presidential fleet takes more out of the 7%. Oh, the 7% does not go to
the Nigerian Air Force alone.
Out of that 7%,
a huge amount of that goes to the maintenance of the presidential aircraft.
Excuse me.
Ha, Nigeria.
Well, El-Rufai alleged plot to stall release. El-Rufai is raising some serious concerns here. There is an attempt to further keep him, in detention. That they've been this issue of trying to grant him bail, but yes, he's coming out to scream again.
This thing they are doing, is giving the impression that the administration is scared of El-Rufai, because this is the general discussion going around, particularly within Hausa-speaking electorate. Honestly speaking, I don't know about the rest, but at least when you go to local Hausa communities, local Hausa Tebrim Mesha, the one that I made reference to the other time, you'll be hearing this kind of statements that maybe they know that the only person that can unseat them is El-Rufai. Do you understand? So I don't know. They are trying to make him more and more popular. And this kind of things builds a person. Instead of bringing him down, they are even
yes, what does not
monster out
kill
of
you,
him.
what does not kill you strengthens you.
Strengthens you. That's what they are doing to this fellow. To this guy.
Look at this one again now. The governor of Benue State, alias 6, as exam shift has rescued UTME candidates, narrates Odeo. Last week we had that 14 UTME students
were
adopted, and I think they've regained their freedom now, all of them.
Thank God, Alhamdulillah.
I don't know.
Our prayers have been answered.
Yes, our adopters beat us, forced us to drink dirty water. This is what part of the issues,
At least I'm happy. They didn't mention the one that scares me the more, honestly speaking.
You see, you can see that
normally
this keep happening when we have 7% disbursements. This is the effect of 7%.
Exactly. It translates to all these kind of things.
Okay, let's go down a bit.
Very soon you will hear another 70-something billion naira put aside for drone to monitor election. You will see it before the time of the election. You will definitely see that they will add another election monitoring.
Okay, drone. Let's go. Let's see the next newspaper, please. Time is not on our side. The next newspaper, please, so that we can.
Finally,
sports.
Iheanacho's brace sends Celtic into Scottish Cup final. Iheanacho's brace sends Celtic into Scottish Cup final.
Okay,
you are the football guru here.
Well, Iheanacho is one of our prolific strikers in Nigeria.
Yeah,
he won the Junior Under-17 World Cup, and then here he is. He has also played for Man City and some top clubs in Europe. And now he has also assisted his brace. That is 2 goals. Brace means 2 goals.
2 goals. Okay.
He scored for has placed Celtic in a very advantageous position. Chances of winning the club title. Celtic is a club, I think, in Scotland also. So that is how it is with Iheanacho. Iheanacho is doing well, and we thank God. Most of Nigerian players are doing well.
Exactly.
They are doing well.
We are a country of great athletes and sportsmen.
Yes. Wait. So let's also look at even the likes of Lookman, Ademola Lookman, the likes of Oshime, and the likes of Akko. They're all doing very well, and we thank God. Our players are making us proud. We do hope that they will continue in this space.
Exactly.
All right, Mr. Brian, that will be all for the newspaper review this morning. Thank you so very much for doing justice to the
it's a pleasure being next to you all the time.
Thank you very much. We shall be going on a break, a very short one at that, and when we return, we dive straight into the topic for today. This is PMB Morning Show. Please do stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the PMB Morning Show this Monday morning here in the city of Abuja. My name is Tichidi Kenneth, and I have with me my co-host and presenter, Mr. Ibrahim Shaibu. We've just been joined by Mr. Malam Abba Aji Kali, a security analyst, with us this morning. You're welcome, Mr. Abba Kali.
Morning, Nigerians.
All right, good morning. Okay, Mr. Abba Kali, before we go, permit me to just read out this for Nigerians to understand what we're about to discuss this morning so that we can then shoot from both cylinders. Okay, the fight against insurgency has been one that has generated so much concerns both nationally and internationally. Just recently, hundreds of terrorists were taken to court for trials and different judgments were melted to them based on their degree of involvement. Now, we are seeing that so many insurgents have been integrated back into the society as a program designed by government to address the issue of terrorism in Nigeria. The question is it really yielding the desired result? What is the risk of reintegrating terrorists into our society? Could it be what is affecting the intelligence gathering of our armed forces? These are many questions begging for answers, many concerns begging for attention. Like I said before, I have with me Mr. Abba Aji Kali, security analyst here with me. Once again, you're welcome, sir.
Thank you.
And of course, my colleague, co-host, Mr. Ibrahim Shaibu. Good morning once again, sir.
Morning, CK. Morning, Nigerians.
Yes, Mr. Abba Kali, of recently the news broke out that 700 insurgents has been reintegrated back into the society. What's your take on that?
You people have just seen this 700. Many were being reintegrated before this one.
Many has been integrated before now.
Before now. Just this one just came in the media, so people have started making noise. What I want Nigerians to understand, we have already into this crisis. And there is no place where you can finish this war without using non-kinetic approach. So we are on the field, we are on the ground. We know how things are devastated in our area.
Okay.
First, we must accept them to come out from the bush. It is necessary because if we do not accept them out and we then embrace them, I think this relevant peace that we have been
will not have been achieved.
There is the integrations should be in 4 categories.
Phases, okay.
First, we initiated during the Minister of Defense was the theater commander, because he has played a very valuable role on the insurgents to surrender and come out, which fully supported by the Borno state government. And Borno came with his own Borno model. And the federal government has his own Operation Safety Corridor, which Safety Corridor was existing before Borno model came in. So reintegration, the course we did in Kofi Annan's Peace Training Center in Ghana, which we did, I attended about two courses there. Internationally, they have shown us how to reintegrate
the insurgents,
the terrorists. First one, what you will do is disarmament, then mobilize them, then reintegrated them back to society. It was specified into 3
key phases.
Key phases.
Can we have the 3 phases?
First, disarmament.
To disarm.
Disarm them.
Encourage them to lay down their arms.
Then mobilize them in a certain camps.
Exactly.
That's the second one now.
The second one. Then you go into reintegration training. So what government failed on reintegration process is there is so many things that we have given our advice to the government. Definitely, if they could have used that advice, I think we will just get not few some pocket pickers inside the bush.
Exactly. A lot of them will have come out.
A lot of them will come out because you have to sacrifice something to
gain
achieve
something. Exactly.
So are you saying government failed in the integration?
It failed, seriously.
Or government failed?
The government has failed. Why? Because what you're supposed to do is first you have to cancel the victims of the war first. If you want this integration process to be succeed.
That's why it's referred to as a victim's right.
Yes, victims of the war. Which my governor, His Excellency Professor Magana Umar Azulum, has played a very valuable role on that aspect. And that's what I'm always saying, the federal government should come in and assist.
In that direction.
Assist the state government.
The state government, because the state government is doing the primary responsibility of the federal government. The governor now is the one who building where they were born. He's the one who taking the IDPs to resettle them, distributing food for them. And you know, the burden is the lot is too much on the state government. Where federal government must come in. Then, after you finish with the victims of the war, somebody has 50 to 60 million naira. He has cars, he has houses. This insurgency has come and label him to zero ground. What are you supposed to do to this man? He has lost his livelihood, everything.
Probably some members of his family.
At least, if you get him a shelter, give him some certain amount so that he can stand on his feet.
Sorry, I'm sorry to cut you here. Are you trying to say that the issue of reintegration and the non-kinetic approach is not just to those insurgents alone, but those who were also affected as a result of the activities of this insurgents?
Yes.
The government should also stretch out their arms and hands towards helping. You gave an example of one who has who lost his houses, probably family members.
That's why
do you think that should be done?
That's why I want to classify everything that people should understand.
Okay.
If you did not take care of the victim of the war,
the affected
victims of the war, when you reintegrate the culprits and return them back to the society,
there will still be enmity between them.
What is the next line of action?
The affected ones will go for a reprisal attack.
Exactly.
Are you going to accept it? Somebody who kill you, destroy your house, kill your father, mother, and they say you come back and nothing has happened to you, then you accept him?
No,
definitely
at least let us say the truth to ourselves. We have no other country that we can call our own. Nigeria, whether we like it or not, we must stay here and salvage it.
So what you are saying in essence is that if we have to do reintegrating, we are supposed to do the reintegrating in the most appropriate way. First, let's consider the victims' right, because they have suffered killings, displacement, and human trauma, isn't it?
So that true forgiveness can take place.
Exactly. So they will now prefer them to bringing in the insurgent to live among them. In order for us to do that now, we have to do certain things.
Radicalize insurgents.
I will classify everything one by one.
Okay.
This is the first step should be taken. Then we come back to the culprits
themselves.
They have laid down their arms. You brought them in. Then you bring in the experts. First, somebody who enjoy taking lives of a fellow human being, destroying properties and livelihoods. You cannot integrate them within them. Just talking of periods of some months. No.
Because he's a serial killer.
Because the brain has been damaged. You have to bring in psychologists. You have psychiatrists. You have to bring in the psychiatric. you have to bring in the pastors, you have to bring in the imams, you have to bring in the community leaders.
It's a whole lot of task.
Come into that camp. Talk to them, counsel them. Then
and do the brainwash.
Yes. Then you come into the process of training them. Ask them, what are you doing before you join this thing? What are you doing before you fall into this trap? Everybody has a vision of what you wanted to do. Then you take the record, then you bring in expert in professional skill training. Skill acquisition training. You train them. Give them some certain amount. When you release them, they will be on their feet.
Exactly.
Then, before this, after the victims of the war has been taken care, then there is what we call traditional justice.
Okay.
Which we have done the course in the Kofi Annan Peace Training Center. And it has yielded a very positive result in Luanda.
Traditional justice.
Traditional justice.
Okay.
If Mr. A committed crime in a community, then that Mr. A of those communities that committed that crime,
bring them together.
Take them to the community. You mobilize the community. You take them to the community. They will seek for forgiveness from the community.
Truth and reconciliation.
Yes, through reconciliation. The community will decide to judge. That's what we call traditional justice. The community will decide. Those who have committed
made confessions,
a lot of
grievous
crimes in the society will not go free. The community will decide. Okay, take them. This law should take precedence over them. Over there. Then those who have lower degree of atrocities, then the committee will say, okay.
So if I got to clear, the committee will serve as a judge.
As a judge, traditional judge.
And they are going to judge them based on their level of
responsibility,
level of involvement,
or what they have did. So this is what we call traditional justice, and it will yield a very positive result on it.
So if you have killed so many people, raped so many women, and burnt houses, your fate will be decided by the committee.
By the community. There is one insurgent who was telling me, I saw him crying. I said, why are you crying? I said, he was thinking how he would meet his creator. I said, why? He said, the havoc he has done. He doesn't know when he stands in front of his creator, how he will explain. He just started posting crime. So
this shows regret.
This shows he has
internally
regretted. So after this, then government should come up to prepare his promise. Get them, get few. You have to spend something to get something. There is those that now there is program that we are doing on our own without the government. We have chosen about 20 of them, which now we are doing our best. We are giving them our professional advice and skill. After that, we will give them some certain amount to
start businesses, to be on their feet.
They have been released by the government to the community. But when we observe the situation they were in, if you leave them like this,
they may likely
go back to the bush. So government has a lot of things to do. And the federal government and the wealthy people, I'm calling them to stand with the Borno State government, because the Borno State government has a lot.
Okay. Mr. Abba Aji Kali, thank you very much. Let me just ask one of your questions. Now, with all this explanation you have made, you have also buttressed the fact that the state government seems to be doing more than the federal government, and promises, and promises need to be kept to ensure that this in the reintegration program succeed. It's all about promise kept.
Yeah.
Because you are dealing with human being here.
Exactly.
When you say drop your guns, come out,
Reconcile.
what you are doing is bad, and you said, okay, the affected, sorry for what happened to you, you've lost your livelihood, take this and this and that. When those promises are not kept, the issue still continues.
That's the truth.
There's a possibility that issue is going to continue. Now, with all this whole story you've just mentioned, is this reintegration really working?
It's working.
In all honesty,
It's working.
that's okay. Yeah, sure.
Not 100%, 50%. We have seen the result.
Now, I want you to explain to Nigerians. Don't you think it is very risky? Looking at the caliber of people that were integrated, like my colleague here was saying before now, we didn't see any teenager there. Let's believe that those ones are still fresh-minded. They're not. We've seen adults that are, what we call psychologically, they have what we call formed mentality. The brain has been damaged, like you said. We saw them trying to be, government trying to reintegrate them. Do you see any possibility of integrating a 60, 55 years old man that has been into, look at the pictures of some of them here. Some of them have been into this act for over 20 years. Is there any possibility of reintegrating these people? Don't you think it's a risk bringing people of this kind of category back to the society?
Some of the place that you're looking at them like they are all. It's not that wiseness. It's just the environment they find themselves in.
They had life they lived.
That they're in. That's why you see them as like they are elderly people. No.
So you mean this? You see, like this one now, we can see somebody as about 40 years, 45 years. The three in the front now, yes. Like this. So my thinking is that you see, I have always been. My friend always cautioned me about that. I'm always a strong advocate for integrating all those insurgents back to the society. But my thinking was that maybe they will be able to differentiate them based on their level of involvement, just like we have suggested here. So we were thinking, in order for sanity to ensure that some of them, that like high-ranking commanders, will be face-to-face prosecution and trial, and then maybe the younger ones, those who have been abducted and forced into this,
they are still fresh into the act.
They are still fresh into the act. Maybe young ones between the ages of 18, maybe to 25. Are the ones on whom the federal government should now concentrate in reintegrating back to society.
No. If you are going to do this process of reintegration, you have to observe all. If you observe them, then you categorize them into
categories.
Even now, those who have repent and come back to the society, people didn't know. I think what they were doing to bring lasting peace to this great country, they are doing a wonderful job, because they are back on the war front with the authority,
advising,
not advising,
giving information. Yes, exactly. Doing all
they know the terrain very well, and they are with the authority. They work together, and we have been achieving so many very positive results. So if you fall into such crisis, you have to accept the predicament that will come to you. Because if you said you will not accept some parts and the other parts, you will never succeed on what you are trying to achieve.
So are you saying that some of them have been integrated back into the military and they are very useful?
No. I didn't say they are integrated.
They are helping.
They are assisting, like volunteer, like the CJTF, like other voluntary groups.
Volunteer in the area of intelligence gathering?
They were in the front line.
They were fighting. Because they are already used to taking arms against the people. And now they are taking arms against...
They are not reintegrated into the Nigerian army.
Okay.
I want you to get this correctly.
But they assist in the fight and at the
forefront. They were assisting in the fight.
Both in intelligence gathering and physical fight.
And they were, the thing is giving a positive result. So you see, sometimes you find yourself in a situation where you have to accept what has come to you, so that then you use your talent, your knowledge to figure out and achieve what you wanted to achieve. And my biggest problem is government should stick into his promises. If those that have come out now were given the promises of the integration that have been taken, believe me sincerely, by this time around, we are just counting some few ones within the bush. They have to come out. And I want to recommend and appreciate the person that doing this job. He is not even from Borno. He is a Kwara State indigene.
Wow.
Who served as a military officer in Borno. And when he retired, the governor see him wealthy and see him capable of what he's doing. The governor gave him special advisor to the governor on security. And he's one who handling this Brigadier General Ishak retired. He is doing a wonderful job. If you see this man, the way
he's fully involved.
And how he's making those boys to come out. Even some of the boys, if the general talk to us, yeah, we know we'll come out. So he's supposed to be supported. And alhamdulillah, he has a link because as a military officer, he is doing his best and the state government is giving him his maximum support, and we are still backing him to see that we have succeeded on this process. But my appeal is the federal government should come in and stand with the state government.
So, Mala Abaji, after all this reintegration back to the society of these Boko Haram insurgents, is there any mechanism put in place for long-time monitoring and in order to prevent relapse? That is, it put in place either by the federal government or by Borno State government.
First of
to
all,
monitor them and to ensure that they do not relapse back to their former way of life.
When the integration process has finished, the state government, we have already categorized them into the LGAs.
Okay.
From LGA B, C, D. Then the chairman of that LGA will come with his council members, with the imams and the pastors and those elder people within the LGAs. They will come, they will sit down, then they will bring the repentance. Those who are integrated, they will go back to the LGAs. They will bring them, they will sit down. At least for a week, they have been discussing. Then from there, the government will hand them over to the LGA chairman and members of that local government that has come. Okay. They are the one to take their boys back to their community. And if they went there, we have wards within.
They belong to different wards within
the community.
Yes.
And we have Blama, we have Lawan, then we have the district head of Aja of the local government. Then every movement, the Blama is watching. If there's anything wrong, the Blama will signal to his Lawan. If there's anything wrong, the Lawan will signal to Aja, the district head. Then the district head will signal to his royal father, the Sheikh of Borno. They have been monitored.
That's great.
Within the LGS. So they are just they don't bring them and just leave them rampantly like this. There's things that the state government is doing.
Okay, Mr. Kelly, you've spoken extensively about measures and justifying why this reintegration is a welcome development. But let me come from this angle. Now, we've been seeing government voting monies to so many issues. We just read 7%, being voted for disbursement to the army and the rest of them.
For maintenance of aircraft.
And out of the 7%, even the presidential fleet takes more out of it, Now, with what we are seeing happening, reality now, and then here again, trying to compare it to your complaints about government fulfilling promises. If this, with this low income being, disbursed, do you think this integration will? Because what I understand, if I got you correctly, is that for reintegration to really work
money has to be injected to the enterprise.
No, the promises must be kept.
Exactly,
Yes.
especially financial.
So now, if everything still boils down to government, disbursement of arms, money for arms to fight, and disbursement of monies, because we are talking about money is involved here. To fulfill promises involves money, and here we are seeing low budgets for issues that concerns security. What is your advice for government in this aspect?
Well,
maybe I need you to speak out more audible so that they can hear you. Because it's all about, everything is all about money. Am I correct?
In fact,
it still boils down to money to settle those that were affected, also settle those
the victims,
and here we are dealing with
the
politicians.
support for the people that have been integrated. You understand?
Mr.
CK,
what I want you to understand is, first, if you hear me, I always said government has a failure on what he was doing. What really happened is, to me, the military were under
funded.
Because without peace, you cannot achieve anything.
Definitely.
Without peace. Peace is the first. So if you spend a lot of money in peace, I think it's not a problem.
It's not a problem, honestly speaking.
Because what I have seen it in there are 7% for maintenance and
disbursement.
You see, if these superpowers, they spend a huge amount of money just for intelligent information gathering
alone,
not for buying weapons or
just for the information,
just for
intelligence,
and that intelligence is the key of every operation. Is the key of the peace. If you have your intelligent network pensionable, some of the crimes will not even take place. You know, Nigerian culture. If you see what paid allowances given to some political office holders who have the opportunity to be in that position, and if you see somebody who left his family
to go to the war front,
he's in the war front 3 to 4 years. If you hear his allowances,
you will cry.
If you hear his salary, I think
you will be sad.
It will be very sad. Do you know that before, I don't know if they have made that adjustment, a daily allowance of the military in the front line is 1,500. I think the Minister of Defense, former Chief of Defense, has said it boldly in the air. Everybody was here. 1,500.
For a soldier who is at forefront?
Yes,
exactly.
Who is paying the supreme price of his life?
Yes. 1,500
per day.
I think the report even went further to say that even that one doesn't come to them regularly.
Please, what I want, those people that were sending them to bush, I have been with them in the bush. I have been to several wars with them. In fact, we are not doing justified to our security agents. That's the truth. If you like, pick me up now.
They are underfunded.
They are underfunded. They are not being taken good care of.
Now, Mr. Shaibu, you can now see the 7% disbursement is actually true.
Exactly. We're
talking to maybe for the sake of the people listening to you. Maybe you need to let them know your level of, because you said you've been into the bush. Maybe you need to give a little of your CV as one who also participated, who partook face to face, who has also seen this Boko Haram. You have seen them. I have not seen any Boko Haram member before. I don't know what they look like. I have been in Abuja and we just report it on the media. I need you to tell the people what it is like. No, you were one of the JTF. I think maybe you need to get it so they can understand who is talking.
I have been with the military since 2013, early ending 2012, 2013. I have been with the military. when CGT come on board.
They'll be working alongside them.
And they were working alongside with them.
In the bush.
And we have go into several bush, several camps of Boko Haram. There is time we break into Zambiza when things are very hard. I think it was around 2015, 2016, that era. Do you know that 5 of you just take one pure water? Just a pure water.
5 of you will share just a sachet of pure water.
Because at that time, your logistic will not come, because at that time, the boys are very strong. Any helicopter or anything that would bring logistics to you, they will bring him down. So sometimes you will just see a cow died in the bush, where it did not decay. You caught it and burned it and ate it.
Wow.
This is how our troops are suffering in the bush.
Around 2018, 2019.
These people are on the war front. Rains of bullets, rains of RPG dropping on them. What are we supposed to do? Somebody who is sitting there in the office getting AC, taking
billions, hundreds of millions.
You cannot support those people. It's a very shame. This is
very
complete failure. It is complete failure. Unless we address this situation, we are not going anywhere. And I'm telling them, believe me sincerely, if we didn't fund our security agents from the civil defense up to the military, if they didn't get accurate support and program, believe me sincerely, they will not have seat in this they will not stay in this FCT.
Okay, what you are saying indirectly is that they will be bold enough to start coming to the city,
because we are sitting on a
time bomb.
Unless this situation of security will be addressed. If not,
addressed in the sense that more money should be pumped in.
The security
let it be adequately funded.
They should be funded.
So the morale will be high.
Give them all the
and the welfare of the soldiers
they need and their welfare.
All right, Mr. Kali, Mr. Abba, we just have to put a stop here. Time is on our side. We still have other issues to talk about. But thank you very much for turning up. We're so sorry we are limited with time. We would like to have you some other time to come and speak to Nigerians firsthand reality, because you are from what you've said, you are on ground.
Exactly.
This is not a media reportage. This is real life situation, and you have stated 2 things here, and they all borders on money, money to encourage the soldiers, and also money to carry out programs how to do with reintegration. So either way, funding is key here. Am I correct, sir? Yeah. And so government should, you can see that the 7% being disbursed is not is nothing to write home about.
Do you know that from Maiduguri to this place, just for fuel, I spent 221,000 just for fuel.
Fueling alone.
What kind of situation are we in?
221,000.
221,000
to fuel your vehicle. Is it V6?
Yes.
V6
is Highlander. You see, so I think that is
it all boils down to all the problem we are talking about.
That's almost the cost of a flight ticket.
Exactly, flight ticket.
Yes.
221,000 naira to drive your car
from Maiduguri,
a Highlander Toyota from Maiduguri to Abuja. That's appalling. That calls for serious concern. And I'm sure we're not talking about that's another issue to talk about, Mr. Ibrahim.
Exactly. We'll look at this.
Honestly, I was just complaining about going to the market nearby here.
I heard you.
Exactly. I spent 14,000 naira for
after our discussion with
our
next guest is coming. This is going to be one of the areas that we are going to look into.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Abba. Thank you very much. Okay, we shall be going on a short break this time around, and when we return, we'll dive into the second topic of the day. This is PMB Morning Show. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back after this time out. Well, welcome back. This is PMB Morning Show here in the city of Abuja. My name is Chidi Kenneth, and I have with me Mr. Ibrahim Shaibu, my co-host and presenter. Mr. Shaibu, we are going to dive straight into the second topic before we wrap it up for today. Okay. This time around, we're looking at, we're going to beam our satellite to, a very serious issue that is so serious. And I do hope we're going to do justice to it within the limited time that we have
available for us.
Yes, we are going to be in our satellite to a very disturbing issue over the, and over the years, corruption has been a monster that has destroyed the growth and economy of our nation. Although efforts have been made by different anti-graft agencies to ensure that this corruption, is reduced. But it seems to us that the corruption is resurfacing, especially now that we have a very strong statement coming from the World Bank and a pronouncement, stating that the looting of Nigerians' treasury in trillions has been going on through pre-distribution deductions in the past 3 years. And this has raised serious concerns about the genuinity of government's resolve to fight against corruption. This brings us to the question, are we truly fighting corruption? What are the likely moves expected from the anti-graft agencies? We have with us one of our guests joining us here via Zoom, and he's going to also make his own take on that. But before then, Mr. Shaibu, what do you think? 34 points, some fractions, trillion of naira, being looted through pre-distribution deductions. Before we call on our guest, what do you have to say about that? Quickly, please.
Well, this information came by way of a report from the Bretton Woods institution, namely the World Bank itself. And the World Bank is the same institution that is responsible for advancing loans particularly to third world Africans and Asian countries. This latest report added that about 3.5 trillion naira has been diverted from the federal revenue over the past 3 years. When we say 3 years, we are referring to the period.
No, it's not 3.4, it's 34.5.
34, sorry.
34.5 trillion.
What a huge amount has been diverted from the federal revenue for the past 3 years, from 2023 to 2025. That is disturbing. That is pretty disturbing. Although the total revenue rose sharply from about 8.4 trillion, I think, between that 2023 to 2025, up to 41% of this revenue did not reach the federal government account for sharing between the state, federal, and local governments. Then you may now begin to wonder, is that the reason why up till today no major capital project had taken place within the country? Is it also the reason? Does it also explain the fact that many federal ministers did not collect, has not been, their statutory allocations have not been allocated to them or reimbursed, given to them? Because just a few months ago, we took an example from the Ministry of Health where they said only about 36 million
out of 210 billion.
You see? So where have the money gone to? Who have access to those monies? What is happening to the money?
All right, Mr. Shaibu, it seems we have...
the only money...
to save you of this stress, let's give room for the... sorry to cut you. Let's give room for our guests. Good morning, sir. You are joining us.
Thank you. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, sir. Can you please introduce yourself for those who are watching us live?
Aliu Yushau.
Yeah, I am Yushau Aliu, a member of Institute of Professional Economists and Policy Management, Abuja.
Welcome, sir, once again to PMB Morning Show.
Thank you. Good morning.
All right, Mr. Aliu, I'm sure you've heard what we're discussing this morning. 34.5 trillion naira being looted from our national treasury in the past 3 years, via pre-distribution deductions. What is your take on that as an economist?
As an economist, there is no deduction without source. So the sources are the most important target. Invariably, anytime deductions are made, either from commercial banks or from international banks, there must be a subhead. And that subhead, it one will clarify the genuinity of the detection. And even without World Bank contamination, one thing that is clear to our system is that in 2023, just before handing over, if you recall, Nigeria under NNPCL decided to go to Nexim Bank to take a credit of $3 billion US in an attempt to assist in floating exchange rate, that is Naira. But at that time, the floating exchange rate has not even took effect. But it was clear that different monetary engagement were made at the last minute of the previous administration. And at the same time, with the coming of this administration, various components of sources of revenue were embarked upon. And you cannot mortgage the production of oil, which is primary to your economic source. You cannot mortgage your production. And if you mortgage your production, that clearly shows that at the event of producing a particular product, you are handing over the product to the next commitment. So that one is clear. But unfortunately, for World Bank to come at this critical time to tell the entire world economy that 44.5 billion, which ought to have been remitted to the federal government account, is being misappropriated or mischanneled. That is a great concern to any economy. If you look at the size of deficits, if you look at the size of debt servicing, and at the same time you are losing in 3 years 34.5 trillion, it has called for concern.
Okay, Mr. Your name again, sir?
Yushao.
Mr. Yushao. Okay. Mr. Let me ask a question. For those watching us and for the layman who may not understand what pre-distribution deduction is, can you just throw more light on that pre-distribution deduction so that the layman out there can understand? Because some might be arguing that, oh, is it through the tax or is it through taxing or the rest of them? I wanted to throw just in few minutes, 1 or 2 minutes, what you understand by the word pre-distribution deductions.
The statutory deductions are financial obligations that is backed by the law and which you must have, which you must conduct. These are statutory. Any payment that is under financial obligation. That's why I gave you an instance of mortgaging, for instance. Mortgaging the primary source of your revenue, that is crude oil production, as a facility to get another financial facility. And then definitely, and debt servicing, which also, of course, is part of the component. You cannot go to international economy and then borrow money, and after borrowing money, then you sign different obligations internationally.
That you use your crude, you use crude as are you saying using crude as collateral?
Not collateral. Not correct collateral. Auction. You auction your oil production. Because the next bank intervention in an attempt to save Naira in 2023, that was the beginning. You collect $3 billion US dollar from Nexim Bank in relation to your oil production, meaning that you are auctioning your oil production for emergency funds.
Hmm.
And that is what happened in the last 3 months of Buhari administration. And the second object is the debt servicing output international. You go to international market, you sign obligation, you collect funds, and at the same time also you are putting your revenues in danger. And the other ones, which are not fully explained by World Bank, statutorily, is what must be expatiated. And the only thing to do that is when you take your mind back that there was accusation by former Minister of Finance, Professor Onkosi Okonjo-Iweala, that has traced multiple bank accounts that are enjoying from the revenues of the federal government, and which nobody is accounting for those accounts. She has raised an alarm, but we fail to do anything on that alarm. Who are the beneficiaries of those accounts that after we sell our product internationally, money is credited into several accounts?
All right, Mr.
Yeah.
You want to ask a question?
Yes. Mr. Ishao, I want to look at it from another angle, coming from the same Brentwood institution report by the World Bank. It showed that there was a decline in capital expenditure from 5.5 trillion naira in 2024 to about 4.25 trillion naira in 2025, which only 25% of the approved capital budget have been implemented by this administration. What do you think is the implication of this, to Nigerians?
Look, it has cross implication. It shows that we don't have financial discipline, because an appropriation is an act of the parliament that can make some people to lose their seat, because we wasted time and resources to defend the budget. And after wasting time and resources to defend the budget, the capital component of it was not handled properly from January to December. And then we present another budget for the subsequent year. And the budget office of the Federation now, after seeing that by the new submission of budget 2026, which 2025 has not been given a single attention, now decided to say that 30% of budget 2025 is the one to be implemented.
Okay, Mr. Aliu, because of want of time is not on our side. Can I just ask you this one question? Is this a clear case of corruption?
It's a clear case not of corruption but inefficiency.
I mean corruption.
No, when you mention corruption, two things have to be clear. Inefficiency is inability to perform as expected, and it has a lot of factors.
So those
factors, corruption is one, and there are other factors which it is not under provision of this our discussion to bring several factors.
So what do you expect as an economist now? What are the moves expected from anti-graft agencies, the ICPCs and the NFIUs and the EFCC? What do you expect from them now? Looking at this kind of revelation now.
Look, we are not expecting anything from them. I'm not expecting anything from the anti-graft agency. What I'm expecting, democracy has tiers of government. The tiers of government are the executive. All this fault is from the inefficiency of the executive. And who is to check the inefficiencies of the executive is the legislators. And if they fail to check, they are also inefficient. And if they are inefficient, there is no way judiciary can be efficient. So this must be understood under democratic trend that the anti-graft agencies are executive arm of government, and you are aware that the arm of government, they cannot in any way, they are inefficient also to make any intervention in this angle. That's why it gave me a reference that the minister under executive called the attention of all anti-graft agencies and civil society organizations that there are some public accounts that are managed by some people that cannot be identified.
So,
and
sir,
if we continue to that trend, we will continue to have our revenue going somewhere.
So, sir, if we understand you very well, I think what you're trying to tell us is that the current arrangement undermines fiscal transparency and accountability, as a significant amount of public revenue are spent outside of standard appropriation.
Exactly, and we must commend we must commend World Bank for giving this update, and it's giving this update with so many reasons, and we have to look at the reasons behind.
So you must, World Bank should be commended for this action, this bold move.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Yusuf, unfortunately, we don't have enough time. But before we let you go, I would like you to also, in just a few seconds, what do you think should be done now? Because this is huge. We're talking of 34.5 trillion here. What can we do now?
What I want to do is that one, the civil society should take up the matter to National Assembly and stood on ground to unravel why these inefficiencies are existing.
Thank you very much, Mr. Liu Yushao, as an economic expert joining us via Zoom. Thank you very much. We do hope to have you some other time to also lend your voice on issues that have to do with economic matter. We are so sorry time is on our side today, but we are going to find time to bring you again so that we can dive into this matter more efficiently. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you very much. I'm grateful.
All right, Mr. Shaibu, this is where we are going to wrap it up for today. Unfortunately, time is on our side. We need to just go. But you can see that looting has not stopped.
And there's no end in sight yet.
In 3 years, pre-distribution deductions. It's a sad one.
It's a sad one, honey.
It's a very sad one. Okay. All right, that will be all for today. We are going to wrap it up here on the PMB Morning Show. And do find time to join us on our various social media handle, where you can also join us and watch, subscribe, and like. Yes, you can see there at Echoes Nikon South, we have 008, and we have Politics and Business.TV.English. Thank you very much once again. This is PMB Morning Show, right on a Monday morning. My name is Tichidi Kenneth. Bye-bye for now, and have a wonderful day ahead. See you tomorrow. Bye, and God bless you.